Assalamu alaikum. My name is Rapper. We're still reading the Quran. "34. And for every religious community we have appointed a rite of sacrifice, that they may mention the name of Allah over what He has provided for them of sacrificial animals. For your God is one God, so to Him submit. And O Muhammad, give good tidings to the humble before their Lord." 35. And when Allah is mentioned, their hearts are fearful, and to be patient over what has afflicted them, and the establishers of prayer, and those who spend from what we have provided. 36. And the camels and cattle we have appointed for you among the symbols, i.e. rights of Allah. For you therein is good. So mention the name of Allah upon them when lined up for sacrifice, and when they are lifeless on their sides, then eat from them and feed the needy who does not seek aid, and the beggar. Thus have we subjected them to you that you may be grateful. 37. Their meat will not reach Allah, nor will their blood, but what reaches Him is pity from you. Thus we have subjected Him Thus we have subjected them to you that you may glorify Allah for that to which He has guided you, and give good tidings to the doers of good. 38. Indeed, Allah defends those who have believed. Indeed, Allah does not like everyone treacherous and ungrateful. 39. Permission to fight has been given to those who are being fought because they were wronged, and indeed Allah is competent to give them victory. 40. They are those who have been evicted from their homes without right, only because they say our Lord is Allah, and were it not that Allah checks the people some by other means of others, they would have been demolished monasteries, churches, synagogues, and mosques in which the name of Allah is much mentioned, i.e. praise, and Allah will surely support those who support Him, i.e. His cause. Indeed, Allah is powerful and exalted in might. Footnotes, i.e. the rite of sacrifice has always been a part of Allah's revealed religion, referring her here to the Prophet's companions. 41. And they are those who, if we give them authority in the land, establish prayer and give zakah, and enjoin what is right and forbid what is wrong, and to Allah belongs the outcome of all matters. 42. And if they deny you, O Muhammad, so before them did the people of Noah and Ad and Thamud deny their prophets. 43. And the people of Abraham and the people of Lot. 44. And the inhabitants of Madian and Moses were denied, so I prolonged enjoyment for the disbelievers. Then I seized them, and how terrible was my reproach. 45. And how many a city did we destroy while we was committing wrong, so it is now fallen into ruin. And how many an abandoned well, and how many a lofty palace. 46. So have they not traveled through the earth, and have hearts by which to reason, and ears by which to hear? For indeed it is not eyes that are blinded, but blinded are the hearts which are within the breast. 47. And they urge you to hasten the punishment, but Allah will never fail in His promise. And indeed a day with your Lord is like 1,000 years of those who you count. 48. And for how many a city did I prolong enjoyment while it was committing wrong? Then I seized it, and to me is the final destination. 49. Say, O people, I am to you a clear warner. 50. And those who have believed and done righteous deeds, for them is forgiveness and noble provision. 51. But the ones who strove against our verses, seeking to cause failure, those are the companions of the hellfire. Footnotes. Literally fallen in upon its roofs, i.e. after the roofs of its buildings had caved in, the walls collapsed over them, i.e. how many wells have been left inoperative, and how many palaces have been emptied of their occupants in the past, i.e. trying to undermine their credibility and therefore defeat the Prophet. 52. And we did not send before you any messenger or prophet except that when he spoke or recited, Satan threw it into some misunderstanding. But Allah abolishes that which Satan throws in, then Allah makes precise His verses, and Allah is knowing and wise. 53. That is so He may make what Satan throws in, i.e. asserts a trial for those within whose hearts is disease, and those hard of heart, and indeed the wrongdoers are in extreme dissension. 54. And so those who were given knowledge may know that it is the truth from your Lord, and therefore believe in it, and their hearts humbly submit to it. And indeed is Allah, the guide of those who have believed to a straight path. 55. But those who disbelieve will not cease to be in the doubt of it until the hour comes upon them unexpectedly, or there comes to them the punishment of a barren day. 56. All sovereignty that is day is for Allah. He will judge between them. So they believed and did righteous deeds will be in the gardens of pleasure. 57. And they who disbelieved and denied our signs, for those there will be a humiliating punishment. 58. And those who immigrated for the cause of Allah, then were killed or died, Allah will surely provide them a good provision. And indeed, Allah is best for his providers. 59. He will surely cause them to enter an entrance with which they will be pleased, and indeed Allah is knowing and forbearing. 60. That is so, and whoever responds to injustice with the equivalent of that with which he was harmed and then is tyrannized, Allah will surely aid him. Indeed, Allah is footnotes, clarifying those issues who were misunderstood to remove any doubt. See footnote to 210. One which will not be followed by the night, and therefore will not give birth to a new day, referring to the day of resurrection. None will compete with him for authority at the time. Pardoning and forgiving. 61. That is because Allah causes the night to enter the day and causes the day to enter the night, because Allah is hearing and seeing. 62. That is because Allah is truth, and that which they call upon him other than him is falsehood, and because Allah is the most high and the grand. 63. Do you not see that Allah has sent down rain from the sky and the earth becomes green? Indeed, Allah is subtle and aware. 64. To him belongs what is in the heavens and what is on the earth, and indeed Allah is the free of need, the praiseworthy. 65. Do you not see that Allah has subjected to you whatever is on the earth and the ships which run through the sea by his command, and he restrains the sky from falling upon the earth unless it is by his permission? Indeed, Allah to the people is kind and merciful. '66. And he is the one who gave you life, then he causes you to die, and then will again give you life. Indeed, mankind is ungrateful. 67. For every religious community we have appointed rites which they perform. So, O Muhammad, let them, i.e. the disbelievers, not contend with you over the matter, but invite them to your Lord. Indeed, you are upon a straight guidance. 68. And if they dispute with you, then say, Allah is most knowing of what you do. 69. And Allah will judge between you of the day of the resurrection concerning that over which you used to differ. 70. Do you not know that Allah knows what is in the heaven? And footnotes. In spite of his ability to take vengeance, the statement contains the suggestion that the believers pardon as well, i.e. Allah's capability to give assistance or victory to the oppressed with his creation and with the needs of his creatures. Earth. Indeed, that is the record. Indeed, that for Allah is easy. 71. And they worship besides Allah that for which he has not set down authority, and that of which they have no knowledge, and there will not be for the wrongdoers any helper. 72. And when our verses are recited to them as clear evidences, you recognize in the faces of those who disbelieve disapproval. They are almost on the verge of assaulting those who recite them. Our verses say, then shall I inform you what is worse than that? It is the fire which Allah has promised those who disbelieve, and wretched is the destination. 73. O people, an example is presented, so listen to it. Indeed, those you invoke besides Allah will never create as much as a fly, even if they gather together for that, i.e. that purpose. And if the fly should steal from the tiny thing, they could not recover it from it. Weak are the pursuer and the pursued. 74. They have not appraised Allah with true appraisal. Indeed, Allah is powerful and exalted in might. 73. Exalted in might. 75, Allah chooses from the angels messengers and from the people. Indeed, Allah is hearing and seeing. 76. He knows what is presently before them and what will be after them, and to Allah will return all matters. 77. O you have believed, bow and prostrate and worship your Lord and do good, that you may succeed. 78. And strive for Allah with the striving due to him. He has chosen you and not placed upon you the religion. Any footnotes. The preserved slate, Allah al-Mahfuz, which is with Allah, i.e. worse than the rage you feel against those who recite Allah's verses, or worse than your threats against them. A comparison is made here to worship of a false deity in that which he worships. They have not assessed him an assessment due to him, meaning that they did not take into account his perfect attributes. Difficulty is it is religion of your father Abraham. He, i.e. Allah, named you Muslims before in former scriptures, and in this revelation that the messenger may be a witness over you, and you may be witness over the people. So establish prayer and give zakah and hold fast to Allah. He is your protector and excellent is the protector and excellent is the helper. We've made it to another surah. We're on Surah Al-Mu'minun. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Number 1. Certainly will the believers have succeeded. Number 2, they who are during their prayer humbly intent. 3, and they who turn away from ill speech. 4, and they who are observant of zakah. 5, and they who guard their private parts. 6, except for their wives or those the right hand possesses, for indeed they will not be blamed. 7, but whoever seeks beyond that, then those are the transgressors. 8, and they are who are to their trust and their promises attentive. 9, and they who carefully maintain their prayers. 10, those are the inheritors. 11, who will inherit Al-Firdaus. They will abide therein eternally. 12, and certainly did we create man from extract of clay. 13, then we placed him as a sperm drop in a firm lodging, i.e. the womb. 14, then we made the sperm drop into a clinging clot, and we made the clot into a lump of flesh, and we made from the lump of bones, and we covered the bones with flesh. Then we developed him into another creation. So blessed is Allah, the best of creators. 15, then indeed after that you are to die. 16, then indeed on the day of resurrection will be resurrected. Footnotes. Al-Mu'minun, the believers. Female slaves are captives under the ownership, the highest part of paradise, or as a zygote, i.e. the most skillful and only true creator. Number 17, and we have created above you 7 layered heavens, and never have been of our creation unaware. 18, and we have sent down rain from the sky, and have measured them out and settled it in the earth, and indeed we are able to take it away. 19, and we brought forth for you thereby gardens and palm trees and grapevines, in which you are abundant fruits and from which you eat. 20, and we brought forth a tree issuing from Mount Sinai, which produces oil and food, i.e. olives for those who eat. 21, and indeed for you and the livestock is a lesson. We give you drink from that which is in their bellies, and for you them are numerous benefits, and from them you eat. 22, and upon them and on your ships you are carried. 23, and we had certainly sent Noah to his people. He said, O my people, worship Allah. You have no deity other than him. Then will you not fear him? 24, but the eminent among those who disbelieved from his people said, this is not but a man like yourselves, who wishes to take precedence over you. And if Allah had willed to send a messenger, he would have sent down angels. We have not heard of this among our forefathers. 25, he is not but a man that possesses with madness, so wait concerning him for a time. 26, Noah said, my Lord, support me, because they had denied me. 27, so we inspired to him, construct the ship under our observation and our inspiration, and when our command comes and the oven overflows, put it in the ship from the creature 2 mates in your family, except him for whom the decree of destruction has proceeded, and do not address me concerning those who have wronged. Indeed, they are of the drowned. Footnotes. See footnotes 1140. 28, and when you have boarded the ship, you and those with you, praise to Allah who has saved us from the wrongdoing people. 29, and say, O my Lord, let me land a blessing landing place, and you are the best to accommodate us. 30, indeed that are the signs, and indeed you are ever testing our servants. 31, then we produce after them a generation of others. 32, and we sent among them a messenger from themselves, saying, worship Allah, you have no deity other than him, then will you not fear him? 33, and the eminent among his people who disbelieved and denied the meaning of the hereafter, while we had given them luxury in the worldly life, said, this is not but a man like yourselves. He eats of that from which you eat, and drinks of what you drink. 34, and if you should obey a man like yourselves, indeed you would then be losers. 35, does he not promise You that when you have died and become dust and bones, that you will be brought forth once more. 36. How far is that which you have promised? 37. It, i.e., life, is not but our worldly life. We die and live, but we will not be resurrected. 38. He is not but a man who has invented a lie about Allah, and he will not believe him. 39. He said, my Lord, support me because they have denied me. 40. Allah said, after a little they will surely become regretful. 41. To the shriek, seize them in the tomb, in the truth. And we made them as a plant stubble. That was then away with the wrongdoing people. Footnotes. Prophet Hud, who was sent to the tribe of Ad, i.e. how distant and improbable it is. See footnote to 1167, i.e. by right of injustice. "42. Then we have produced after them generations. 43. No nation will precede its time in termination, nor will they remain thereafter. 44. Then we sent our messengers in succession. Every time there came to a nation its messenger, they denied him, so we made them follow one another to destruction, and we made them narrations, so away with the people who do not believe. 45. Then we sent Moses and his brother Aaron with our signs and a clear authority. 46. To Pharaoh and his establishment, but they were arrogant and were a haughty people. 47. They said, should we believe two men like ourselves while they're for us in servitude? 48. So they denied them and were of those destroyed. 49. And we certainly gave Moses the scripture that perhaps they would be guided. 50. And we made the son of Mary and his mother a sign and sheltered them with a high ground of having level areas and flowing water. 51. Allah said, O messenger, eat from the good foods and work righteousness. Indeed, I of what you do am knowing. 52. And indeed, this is your religion, is one religion, and I am your Lord, so fear me. 53. But they, i.e. the people, divided their religion among them into portions, i.e. sects, each faction in it what it has, rejoicing. 54. So leave them in their confusion for a time. 55. Do they think that we extend to them wealth and children? Footnotes. I.e. history or lessons of mankind, i.e. evidences from Allah, the children of Israel. See footnote to 2192, or of beliefs, opinions, customs, etc. Thank you for listening. Have a good day.